back, everyone. I have with me again my new friend, Allie Cowan, and she is Julie Cowan's daughter. Julie works with us here at the ranch, and you have Taco here with you, correct?
Taco.
And Taco is your Harris's hawk.
Correct.
We just talked about him a little bit earlier ago. He was born in captivity.
He was?
Yep.
In Washington State.
In Washington State. And how old is he?
He will be 2 in May.
Okay. So during the break, I had a little conversation with your mother, and she gave me a few clues here about your very interesting falconry past. So first of all, tell me how you personally got involved.
Well, have always loved hunting. I've always loved animals and wildlife. And when I was about 10 years old, I saw a raptor education program by one of our local raptor ladies, Kate Davis.
Oh, she's phenomenal.
Absolutely.
She's got incredible books, by the way. Look her up online, and she has some of the best raptor photos in the world.
Absolutely.
She just lives south of us.
She does. Yep. She lives just in Florence.
Yep.
So I saw an education presentation by her when I was about 10 years old and just absolutely fell in love with it. I had no idea something like this even existed. Well, you have to be, 10 years old is not old enough to have your license. You have to be 14 as a minimum. And so I was bound and determined to get my license when I was 14 years old.
And your mother brought into this.
Not right at first. But, then about 13 years old, I hit high school.
Right.
Well, I got busy. And so 14 came and went.
Right.
And at my high school in Missoula, we had to do something called a senior project. We had to have a big, long project. Well, what I wanted to do is I wanted to raise a guide dog puppy.
Right.
And they weren't so into that because that required we couldn't have any other animals. And so when I lost that opportunity, I started thinking back to this. And I discovered, quite by accident, that my art teacher was a falconer.
Oh, my goodness.
In high school.
What was that?
And so I might have pestered him for a couple of years.
Sounds like he was open to it. And I think that's true of falconers, isn't it? They love to share their sport.
They do, but they are also very picky about who they allow into the sport because they want to make sure that it's done right by the birds.
Right. Yeah. It's a serious endeavor.
It is. It's a serious endeavor. And, a lot of people are very fascinated by these birds. They're very captivated by these birds. And I understand they're wonderful. Right. But if you have somebody wanting to get into the sport just to have a really cool pet, that's not fair to them. They live to hunt.
It's a big responsibility.
It is.
It's huge. Now, I also learned during the break that you once rescued a red-tailed hawk.
I did.
And can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. This was a really funny story. I was with my sponsor, my art teacher, who was my falconer, and I was just past being an apprentice. So this was like the second bird I ever had outside of being an apprentice falconer. And we were looking for immature red-tailed hawks.
Right.
And we had found this bird, and she was sitting on a fence about as tall as yours over here.
Okay. Nice fence.
Yep. But that's not normal. Usually they're up a little higher.
Right.
Sorry, buddy.
He
wants to go. We'll go in a minute.
Yeah.
And we had set, so you can capture a wild immature bird. Because of that mortality rate we mentioned in the first segment, they have such a high mortality rate that by taking that bird from the wild, you can actually increase its chances of survival by providing it a guaranteed meal.
Right.
Trying to talk over the bell.
He's ready to go.
Oh, yeah. So you capture these birds with live bait. The bait is unharmed. So we set out our live bait trap for this bird, and she didn't really seem interested. So, okay, fine. We waited about 15 minutes, and we went on our way. But when we were coming back, and we were kind of ready to be done for the day, she was still there. And no, not good.
Indicative of a healthy bird.
No, and so we set the trap again, and we waited, and there was really, really high weeds. So the weeds were about this high, and she ended up kind of diving or jumping off of the fence post and disappearing into the weeds, but it wasn't on my trap.
Right.
But she didn't come back up.
Right.
And so I've never done this before in my life. I don't know what possessed me to do it on that day, but I got out of the car to go look for this bird. And so I was kind of wading through the weeds and looking and checking on the ground to see if she'd caught something. And as I'm going through, I looked up and she was on a shorter fence about that high. And from me to you, this bird was sitting on this fence frozen, just paralyzed because I was so close and I was a potential predator. Right. And so we sat and we stared at each other for a minute. And I took a step closer to her.
And she didn't move.
She didn't move.
That's not a good sign.
No.
Right.
And so I took another step closer, and if you're my fence post, I kind of did this, and I reached up, and I grabbed her.
Wow. And you rehabilitated her.
I did. So at the time, there wasn't anything obviously wrong with her. She looked healthy. She had no, she wasn't. She had a healthy keel. She felt about like what he feels like. You can feel it, but it's not, it's not like it's sticking way out.
Right.
And so she was visibly pretty healthy. So I took her home. And when they're first taken, they can be a little shell shocked. It's a big change.
Right.
And they tend to kind of stand around with a hood on, but they kind of stand a little droopy. They're not really sure what's going on. But as they start to relax, they stand up straight and they tuck their wings back. And I noticed one wing was hanging a little low. Oh. It wasn't drooping, but it was just a little out of alignment. So I took her to my veterinarian, and we took an x-ray. And we discovered that she had a broken humerus and shotgun BBs lodged in her wing.
Oh, wow.
So she had been shot.
Oh, my goodness.
The wing,
is it illegal?
It is horribly illegal. And it was near a common upland bird hunting spot. So luckily the break was very clean. So my vet decided we were going to wrap it up. And she had to be in that wrap for 4 weeks. And then after those 4 weeks, we could take it off and see how she did. And I flew her for 2 seasons, and she caught lots of rabbits, and I successfully released her down in Corvallis.
That's fabulous.
Yeah.
Story.
Great. She's to this day one of my favorites.
Very anxious Taco.
We do. He really wants to go.
So you're going to release him, and he's going to follow you. Is this correct?
Correct.
All right.
Ideally.
All right. Ideally.
Once I release him, he's got free will. He can do whatever he wants, but for the most part, he should follow us around.
Okay.
My one insurance, I'll show you guys here. I don't know how much you can zoom, but I have this little antenna on him.
Yeah.
It's attached to his tail and a little bell.
Yep.
So that is a radio telemetry antenna, and I have a radio receiver in my car. So if for whatever reason he decides to go on a walkabout, I can track him down. Okay. So that's my insurance. It's very expensive insurance, but it's worth it.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Okay, so for those of you watching, we're going to make our way all the way down to the river, and Taco's going to fly with us. And he may catch something along the way.
He might.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so he's loose.
He's loose.
He's free.
Okay.
And he can go whenever he wants. There you go.
Oh, how wonderful is this?
There you go.
How wonderful is this? Goodness. This is so exciting. So we're going to walk across this big field and just make our way down to the river, and he may fly from tree to tree to keep up with you. Is that right? Yeah. All right. Let's see if we can do this, and let's see if poor James can keep up with us and the bird.
Right. Well, hopefully that bell will help him figure out where he's at, because he kind of blends in.
Yeah, he does blend in, doesn't he?
You'd be surprised once he gets into some of this darker stuff. You're not going to be able to see him really easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, pull that off. Here.
But he knows to follow you because you are food in his world. Is that correct?
Here, let me show you something really quickly.
Okay.
So I've got these little pieces. This is chicken heart.
Right.
He's got these little pieces of chicken heart, and he knows I have them. And he's pretty hungry.
He's pretty hungry. Yeah.
So if at any point he's not coming along, I can call him.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
So, and actually, he's pretty... Hey, is this a good spot to do this? Do you want to call him?
Yeah, okay. I do.
So I'm going to try to do this without showing it to him right away.
Okay.
You're just going to kind of hold that on top of your foot.
Okay.
And you can walk wherever you like. He already sees it.
There you go.
Oh, that is too cool. Let's do it again. So you're going to put it on your collar. I'm going to be a pest. I'm going to be just like you were to your art teacher.
That's okay.
This is too...
I know. There you go. You got it?
And wait till I say
okay.
I want to get a picture of it.
You got the tray in the back?
You ready?
Okay.
Mother?
Got it. Yeah, go.
Oh, he's going to... Of course. That's okay. Show it to him. There we go.
Got it down on the ground.
Oh, Taco.
That's fabulous.
That wasn't as pretty as the first one. Hey, bird.
All right. Come on, Taco.
Hey, bird. Come here. Good boy.
Oh,
That's okay. That's all right.
I haven't known her long, but I know her.
this is
God,
more fun than I
me coming out here every week.
Well, it is kind of on my way to work.
This is fabulous. Look at him up there. Gorgeous bird. And you notice all the birds have disappeared from the bird feeder.
They're really upset.
Yeah. Yeah, he might find something.
Yeah, generally, so he's large enough.
Okay, now, I'm sure he's got us on this camera right here, so let's do that again. Give me another.
Oh, okay.
All right, see if I can get him to come in.
I'll do the big one.
All right. Oh my gosh. Oh! I've never had so much fun. This is fabulous. This is just fabulous. My goodness. What a gorgeous bird. Look at him. Oh.
I know.
This is really fun. Oh, wonderful.
What do you think, buddy? Right, which way are we going? Taking pictures of
Right through this gate here. All right.
What are you doing? I said I just haven't taken pictures of him for a while.
It's a great day for pictures. They're light as nice and flat.
Yeah. I don't know if you've noticed as he's been spreading his wings, he's got one broken tail feather. That's it's broken off about this far up. And that just, throughout the season, he crashed into some brush and
Yep, it happens.
snapped. And the nice part is he'll drop it this spring and he'll grow a new one in the fall.
Yeah. Don't we wish we could do that with
Don't I wish?
Yeah.
Drop a wing.
Well,
Right.
we grow them so easily.
Right, especially if it's took care of all the bad roots.
Yeah.
Exactly. I know the gals who know, got wild. Wild? Yeah, no, it's so this is really come over from there. Yeah. That's cool. No, I didn't know that.
Well, you know why we have this extra wire? I tried to wean a foal, and they would nurse through the gates. Yeah, yeah. And so I said, I'm going to put an end to that, and I put all this wire on the gates so that they couldn't nurse through the gates.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. I think we'll come back this way with the birds. So
You want to just keep it open?
yeah, just keep it open. That'd be fine. All right. So we're going to go down here.
Yeah.
It's very slippery. Hang on to me here.
I'm just gonna. I'm good.
Okay.
As long as I'm not on ice.
Yeah.
I'll just walk into the boots now.
Okay.
I'm good there.
Okay.
And if I go down, then everybody gets in the. I'll just go. I'll slide all the way.
It's soft enough. It shouldn't be too bad.
No, the only thing I worry about is my camera. I'm not gonna
I don't see him. Oh, there he is. Oh, there's a magpie now. Would he go after that?
right there. See him?
Oh, yeah. I see him now.
Yep.
Would he go after a magpie?
No.
Yeah, that's kind of a big bird for.
He would possibly go after a pheasant.
Uh-huh.
But magpies are not prey. They just don't. They don't fly like prey. They don't act like prey. They basically they're just leopards.
Well, in fact, we saw an eagle on the beach last week who had caught a fish and was eating a fish on the beach, and the magpies came and just mobbed him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the other reason is they don't go for it. Magpies have friends.
They do, don't they? They come in groups. Yeah.
And I've been chased off of a hunting spot by crows before.
Have you? Yeah. 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 Corvids. They're very social. And they're very smart.
So you didn't see it, and he just moved up to this tree right next to us here. So you can, I don't think you can see him. But
Yeah, I can see him. Yeah.
So he's just going to kind of parallel us.
Cook along. This is so cool.
There's just the river camera right here up ahead.
That's the river camera down here. Can you see us?
Yep. I think so.
Okay. Yeah. Those blackbirds, you can hear them a mile away.
Oh, I know. And again, that's not really a quarry for him, so he's probably not going to bother them. He's more ground oriented. They're a lot more rabbit hunters in general. That's kind of their primary quarry. But they will take birds given, like, large birds. Given
Yeah.
The doves are really fast.
I think those sharp chins look for birds,
Yes,
little birds,
they are
songbirds.
supposed to be baby birds.
Here he is, right behind us here.
He does have his bell on still.
Yep, I can hear him, right there.
Yep.
Right up there. So cool. Okay, so there's a beach up here, and the camera can follow us somewhat.
Okay. So depending on where we're fishing, if we're in a really grassy area and there's a lot of mice or voles, he'll mouse. That's easy food. I have like a 3 mouse limit. If he catches and eats 3 mice during our hunting trip, we have to quit and go home. Because then he's too full and he doesn't want to do anything.
Yeah. Yeah. So what is the number of mice that they would eat normally in a day?
They are very greedy, so as many as possibly catch.
Oh, sure. Well, no. I mean, storing up in case tomorrow's hunting's not so good.
Exactly. They're very feast and famine eaters. They will eat until they can't fly if they are given that quantity of food.
Do they eat herring? If they see a dead fish on the beach, will they land and eat it?
They probably wouldn't eat fish, but like a deer carcass, if it was fresh. Yeah. They're not as big as scavengers as like eagles are. Eagles will take that opportunity over hunting.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They'll steal from us. Osprey.
Mm-hmm. There he comes. Good boy.
Is he keeping up?
Yep, he's right there.
Yep, I see him. Keeping his eye on you. Wonderful.
Do we want to close this one behind us?
No, you can. We're going to come back up this way.
Okay.
Yeah, we can see the camera.
The river camera.
The camera. Go on.
Here, we'll see if we can get Taco down to look at the camera too.
Okay.
I don't even know where he is.
He's at the tree right here. Here he comes.
There he is.
There he comes.
You were the last one to feed him. He knows.
Oh, yeah, he knows.
Did you lose it? I'm sorry. Here you go. Well, there we go.
All right. So let's see. Can you let him go again here?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm not holding him. He can go whenever he wants. But if I stay here, you might feed me more. You have to be a little careful with these birds. Again, they have a higher social intelligence than a lot of other raptors. And so they look for patterns like that. When he was a baby, so last year, we used to play a little game of toss, basically, teaching him to kind of look away from the glove. Or when we were first starting to hunt, I called him a lot more often because I wasn't as convinced that he was going to stick around. I wanted to make sure he knew that I had good stuff.
Right.
And so, yep. And so what he started to do is he was sitting here on my glove, and he would just randomly fly off. And then I would, and I would call him back, and he'd come back and get a piece of food.
Right.
Well, what I started to see after 4 or 5 times of this is he would fly off and land on something and then turn around and wait. Like, okay, you're going to call me, right? Yeah. So we had to stop that.
Yeah, very smart. So that's why he first thought of my glove, because the last person to feed him was you. Right.
Yep.
Okay, so let's do that again. Let me feed him this time again.
Oh, he's looking at something. He might be looking at a mouse or something.
Okay, he sure is looking at something.
Yeah.
I wonder if they could get the camera on him over there.
He looked like I thought he was. We'll go kick around in that grass for a minute and see if a mouse runs. All right. I think he's looking again. Ready?
Yeah, let me turn it. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, he's distracted.
He's got some.
Come here.
Has he got something in his eye there?
Hey. Hey, bird.
Has he got something in?
I don't know what he's looking at. But this is one of the things that can happen if he's hunting.
He's hunting.
He doesn't have any need to come back to me because it's like, well,
right.
I have a better option.
Right. He's turned his back on us.
He did.
Yeah. He's got his eye on something, huh?
Yep, he does.
Oh, boy.
Should we go see what it is?
You hear the bird shut up?
Uh-huh.
I think we'd have to go around. He's hunting something in the field behind, isn't he?
Or possibly just in those thick
bushes there.
Yep. Well, so much for that.
That's all right.
It's okay. He'll come.
Right.
He'll come along.
The opportunity. I'm sure he's enjoying it. Yeah. Well, we have a lot of little critters around here, that's for sure, including rabbits.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
rabbits. Not hares. I've never seen a hare here,
but
I have seen rabbits. In fact, our little Jack Russell.
That's what they're bred for.
They're good.
They're great little rabbit dogs.
They are. Yep.
Yeah, we have typically, you'll see them in the riparian area. Typically hang out more in sage. There used to be jackrabbits in the Bitterroot Valley, but there haven't been for a long time. I don't know. It's their disappearance kind of coincided with the sage grouse disappearance too. So habitat destruction would be my guess.
Probably, yeah.
We do have snowshoe hare up in the mountains.
Yep.
And snowshoe hare are not legal to hunt for regular gun hunters.
Right.
But they are legal for falconry because they're a primary quarry for a lot of these birds. So they're very difficult. Very difficult. They're a pretty challenging quarry to catch. I never have. I've tried, but we've never been successful. I've never tried with him.
Well, again, my Jack Russell. I have a good story. I was showing another guide the trail, so I was in the back of the line telling her where to go so she could figure it out. And I put bells on my dog so that the horses know that's them in the bushes.
Makes sense.
So that they get a warning. So here comes Jewel, and here comes Cole, and Cole's got a baby here in his mouth.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it got it. And I don't know what my guest thought, but I said, well, he's a mouser. I got him to mouse in the barn. I can't very well be too mad here.
Well, and a Jack Russell is bred for hunting rabbits. You can't be too mad at him.
That's right. Can't be mad at him.
But that's always hard.
He's right here.
Yeah, I can see him.
Yeah.
I can see him. He's just...
He saw something. He's got his eye on something. They're so patient, aren't they?
They'll sit on the same pole all day long.
Oh, yeah. We see that with this sharpshin that comes to the bird feeder. Those little birds will go into that little spruce tree there, and he will wait and wait and wait and wait. Tremendous patience.
Absolutely. What's he doing? Can't tell which way his head's turned.
Should we go up there and try to call him in, or?
Yeah, we can go look. Or we can keep walking. He come along eventually.
he's right there. He's definitely look. Yep. Yep.
He's looking at something. Oh, careful, don't trip. That wouldn't be fun. So generally when something like this happens, if he's convinced that there's something in there,
right,
he will stay there. But if I go up and walk around and nothing jumps out, he'll give up.
Okay.
And then we can keep going.
Okay.
So what I can do really quickly is we can both go up there and kind of walk around underneath him.
All right.
Once he's convinced that there's nothing there,
he'll follow along.
He should.
Okay. We may be out of camera range. That's okay. That's all right. Yeah, that's because it's a little bit.
Fly this way, that would be. But yeah,
he's looking at. He's got something on the other side.
You want to try him from there? Well, part of it, if we think about it from a training standpoint.
Oh yeah.
I want to reinforce him hunting, and so I want to go up and at least give it a shot.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
This is one man who's
yeah. You can't hardly see him with his camouflage coat.
I know. Where are you? Where'd you go, Sterling?
That's cute. All right.
Well, another few weeks, and this should be starting to wake up around here.
Oh yeah. You know, our osprey will be here first part of April.
April 1st, you said.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so you got another 5, 6 weeks.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. Hi.
Okay, let's go back. All right, shall we go back on the beach where people can see?
Sure.
We're going to go back on the beach where people can see and see if we can't get him to come in.
Sure. We're going to go back down?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Well, that's good. You got him to move.
Yeah, as long as you want to, you can just, as long as we're moving, he will typically come along.
Right. Oh, yeah, for sure. All right. So, do you see him?
I don't see him, but he's right up in two somewhere. But if you hold up that glove again, I can whistle for him and see if he can convince him to come down.
Oh, I see him. Here, he's right in front of me, right smack in front of me, kind of down lower, right there.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Come here. This is also talking.
Oh.
You can go as perfectly as you could.
Oh, absolutely. I think it is that they've got their own thing going. That's the whole point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
There you go.
Very good. You want to catch him now? Are you thinking he should be caught, or he's okay?
Oh, yeah.
That's fabulous. This is incredible. This is incredible. I'm not going to let you go home. This is so much fun. My goodness.
Yeah. Well, the other thing, too, is that when we're out by ourselves, I hardly ever call him.
Mm-hmm.
He just follows along, especially if we've got the second bird out and we're hunting. Just calling back and forth for him is kind of like, what are we doing, guys? It's kind of funny.
Right.
Oh, look at the deer crossing the river.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, right there. Yep. This is a really happening place. This is a wonderful place for our cameras.
Yeah.
This beach down here that you're looking at with all the snow on it, we see eagles there, we see all kinds of stuff. We have the deer there every morning, and then we have this great blue heron, and they're patient too.
Yeah.
My goodness, we saw one catch a fish that was, you wonder how is he going to swallow this thing, and indeed he had to let it go and recatch it to get it in the right position so that he could swallow it. It was fascinating and fun to watch.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah, really good.
All right.
He's right here now. Oh. Well, shall we make our way back then?
Sounds great.
Okay, let's go.
Go back the way we came?
Yeah, back the way we came. All right. There's the deer. All right. Allie, this has just been fabulous.
Oh, I forgot. Thank you for having me.
Oh, careful. I'll be texting you daily now. And we'll want you to bring some of your dogs back out.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Some people's kids.
I know. You should have done a better job. Yeah. So where is he? I don't see him. Oh, he's right there. Yep, right there. So let's go back. They can see us on the camera.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't see us going this way.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's great. Yep. What a privilege to have a bird like this. I mean, I'm sure you consider it that way, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are days where it's a lot of work.
Yep.
But
yeah.
This makes it all worth it.
So I'm sure you've read A. Mr. Hawk.
I have not yet, but I know the author. Through Facebook and through falconry communities. But I've talked to him before. I still haven't gotten around to reading it. I'm a terrible person. I know that. Yes.
And I think those of us who've never had the privilege of trying to enter this sport and to understand that it's a lot about self-control, not just controlling the bird.
Yep.
And that you really can't control the bird unless you or yourself are controlled. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's a really good lesson in life, isn't it? So this is a really good place if you want to bring him in the camera because it gets a really good view. If you want to.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you are.
Oh, my goodness. Just watching a bird in flight is such poetry, isn't it? Just how graceful.
And he lands very lightly.
He does. He does. That surprised me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's not heavy. He's only heavy when you're sitting there and holding him.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. What are you looking at?
Yeah. My goodness, what a gorgeous bird. Okay.
And typically what I would do is if I saw something like this with all the deadfall and bramble, I'd probably walk in it and make a bunch of crunching noises and that kind of thing, and he knows exactly what that means.
You want to go do that?
Oh, it's okay.
Huh?
He was staring down there.
Yeah, because I'm sure there are. In fact, I found these crazy little tracks over here, and it had to have been something like a weasel.
I believe that.
You know, looking for something under the snow, because it was clearly low to the ground, kind of dragging its belly a little bit, and it would go in circles. And it would go in circles. I mean, it was just looking.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's.
I'm sure there's a lot.
Weasels and these guys will often hunt similar quarry, and they can be competitive.
Really?
They can be pretty dangerous to each other too. Weasel's a pretty nasty predator.
And they don't try to capture them.
Chance, that red tail I was telling you about.
Yes.
The first thing she ever caught was a short-tailed weasel.
Wow. Yeah. That's a lot of fight and fury.
It was an accident. She took after something. I was actually hunting snowshoe hares, and she took off after something and
goose carcasses. Like somebody, it was really not very nice, but that was perfect for this ermine.
Yeah.
And she had I found her on the ground staring at the ground, kind of like Taco was. He was staring like, oh, I thought I saw something. Yeah. And there was a tree between me and her, and the weasel ran up the side of the tree and then stopped at about my head height and stared at me. Like it was surprised I was there. And then my bird looks up to look at me and sees that weasel, and it was all over from there.
Wow.
That's not quarry that I would intentionally pursue.
Right.
Because it's dangerous.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
they have to weigh a lot more than the bird.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I mean, this one was small. This one was probably about a foot long. But so in falconry, you can't exactly tell a bird, sorry, you can only go after the male pheasant.
Right.
So for game birds, you have to have the appropriate license, but you're not limited to only male, only Drake mallards or that kind of thing. So you're legally able to take either sex. And there's also a leave it lay rule, which means if your bird captures a non-game species, like if your bird catches a bluebird, they can eat it because they would do that in the wild. You can't take it with you. They can eat as much of it as they want while you're out in the field, but you have to leave the rest. And so scavengers and whatever else can take that and can have benefit from that.
I don't know. Is it okay with you?
Yeah.
Nice. This is wonderful. I don't know.
He's right here.
He pasted you.
He sure does.
Yeah, he really does.
He's really good.
He's
a really good boy.
Yeah. All right. So we have a camera right here. So let's go out and get in front of this camera. You can call him in. Yeah. All right, James. You're right on the bench here. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't even know we had one.
Well, I didn't either until we put this thing up. Okay, so look right at the camera here and call in. Go ahead and call him in.
You want to call him in for good?
Oh, I would love to do that.
I would say, do we want to call him in for good?
Oh.
We could offer him a bigger meal.
All right.
Or just a piece.
No, that's up to you.
Yeah, I'll let you call him in. And he can follow us all the way back to the office.
All right.
Hey, bird. Come on. Or not.
Well, he definitely sees us. Here it comes. Oh, my God. Look at him. My God.
You jerk.
Got us both. Yeah. My goodness. I just want to thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
I am so thrilled to do this. Thank you. Good. Thank you.
It was a lot of fun.
Thank you. Yeah, let's call him all the way back.
All right.
Do that.
You want your dinner?
Yeah.
So I have a couple of frozen mice. Well, they're thawed, but a couple of mice in here for him.
All right.
Look at him.
Oh, he knows.
He does.
He knows.
He is such a creature of habit.
He
knows the word mice? No, he knows when I reach in my bag.
Well, and you've got the plastic, the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
Yep, they are really know. They really do know.
He does get a little grabby fingers.
All right.
So I'm not going to let him be on my glove while I take this out, because otherwise he might grab my hand, and that really hurts when he does that.
Yeah. Well,
so see what he's doing right now? He's got his wings down. He's protecting his food.
Right.
So this is called mantling.
Mantling. Yeah, the ospreys do that.
Yep.
Yep.
All raptors do.
Yep.
It's a way of camouflaging their food from other predators.
Right.
Now, he should know better that I'm not going to steal his food. But it's a very hardwired instinct.
All right.
One more for you.
Right.
Now, he's going to be kind of mean about this, so I'm going to bring it in a little high so he can't grab me with his beak. His beak is not the challenge here. It's his feet that are dangerous.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. All right.
And so hide your eyes if this is a problem, but he will eat everything.
Yeah.
All the fur, all the organs.
Yeah, everything. But that's part of it.
And down it goes.
I mean, that's what
Bye.
he's evolved to do. Right.
What do you think, buddy?
You want to wave goodbye? Thank you all.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, we just had a wonderful time. What a thrill for me. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye. Terrific, Allie.
Voila.
Yeah.